Okay, so good morning everyone. So this is the second session of SEO Fundamentals, that is Search Engine Optimization Fundamentals. So this is the second of the three-part series. So we started off last week. So last Sunday we saw the first session, and today we are seeing the second. And next weekend we would be having the final session. So in the first session, we went through how search engines work. Before delving into the details of how to achieve search engine optimization, we first had to understand how search engines work. Let me try switching on my webcam. Okay, can you guys see me? Okay. Yeah, so last time we saw how search engines work. So predominantly search engine has become the gateway of internet. So whenever people wants to get any information from internet, they log on to any search engine, predominantly google.com, and then they type in the search query, whatever they are looking for. Maybe something like a restaurant in their neighborhood, or to understand more about a particular subject. So they key in the search query, and then Google gives them the search result. And from the search result, the user selects what they want, and in that way they experience internet or web. So in this way, search engine has become the gateway. And what we also understood is that how search engines work. So in that aspect, the key part that we saw was the different stages of how search engine works. Like we have crawling, storing, processing and indexing and ranking. So we understood that the first three processes are done before you give any search query to google.com. So basically what google.com or any search engine does is that as a scheduled job, it goes through millions of web pages in internet, one after the other. So it has got robots, it has got uh, crawlers or robots, which is nothing but a software program which is programmed to go through different websites, scan through the websites, understand the links, and from one website it clicks on the link and go to the other website. So in this way it kinds of crawls through the entire web pages of internet and stores all this data in the search engine database. And after it stores, what we need to understand is, what we also understood is that Google or any search engine has got a lot of servers across the world, and in these servers they are saving a copy of your website. So it will retrieve through crawling, it will crawl through all the web pages and it will retrieve back relevant information. So it will actually have a subset of your website in Google's servers. And once it is stored, what it does is that it does something called indexing. It is nothing but keeping a reference, like based on all the set of keywords, it will index where all these keywords are appearing. So we understood just like the index of a book works, we have a concept of indexing in computer science, wherein you put a reference of a name or a topic or a subject and note down that where all these references appearing. So for each and every keyword and every permutation combination, it will do an indexing. Google will make sure that it will record all the occurrences of these keywords in different websites. So after doing all these three jobs, when you type in the search query, Google, what it does is that it goes through the stored web pages, it goes through the indexed stored web pages and performs something called ranking. It will rank your website among the selected websites. So the job of an SEO is to make sure that the website comes up in the top ranked page of search engine results page, or the short form SERP. So it should come in the top 10 results or in the first page, because we also understood the significance of making it to the first page, because around 99% of the people do not go beyond the first page of a search engine results page. So in a nutshell, these are the things that we covered in the first session. So at the end of first session, we took away this point that ranking is predominantly based on relevance and popularity. So we start by saying that the relevance and popularity is what we have to aim during search engine optimization, and that is achieved by relevancy is achieved by on-page optimization, and popularity is achieved by off-page optimization. So this is what we covered in a broader way in the last class. And one final thing we covered is how keywords work, how important is keyword in on-page optimization. We went through a high-level overview of what all aspects are covered in on-page optimization, and we talked in detail about keyword usage. So today we will go into the detail of both on-page optimization and off-page optimization. So here, if you see, these are the major contents of on-page optimization. Now, what you guys have to make sure is that this session is going to be a little more technical. It's not going to be tough, but this is going to be the core part of SEO. Because in the last class we only saw how search engine works and we only saw the keyword usage. So today's class we have to go through how on-page optimization is done and how off-page optimization is done. Now this on-page optimization will be a little technical, so please bear with me. If there is any point that you don't understand, please stop me over there and we can go deeper into that point and I can give you examples. Is that fine?
Hello, good morning,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, sir, I'm Jyoti.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, Jyoti, tell me. Yeah, hi.
Sir, actually, last class I didn't attend. So, sir, I go through PPT of session first class. So, sir, that one, like traveling and indexing, uh, I have a little bit doubt. So, sir, can you again please explain traveling and indexing?
Crawling and indexing.
Yes, sir.
1 second. So we just take 5 minutes to go through that. I hope everyone is fine with that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So the basic intent is that, okay, what I was telling in the last class is, say you give a search query over here, take Google. So best in pediatric pulmonologist in Bangalore. So I gave a search query. This is how you do the search, right? You go to google.com and type in the search query that you want, the result that you want. So you just type it and click enter, then you get the result. So now it says that you got around 26,400 results, and that too in less than 0.69 seconds. Okay. So now the biggest question here is that did Google go through entire web pages in the planet in less than 0.69 seconds? Is that possible to do? So just imagine you've got billions of web pages stored in, thousands or 10,000s of servers across the world. In almost all the countries, you have all these web servers, and all these web servers have got a lot of web pages. Now, is it humanly possible to go through all these web pages in only 0.69 seconds? It's not possible. That's the answer, right? Now, how does Google or any search engine achieves that? So, what it does is that before you type the search query, what Google or any search engine would do is it would have run some scheduled jobs at the back end. Like this is running all the time. Every day, every hour, every minute, these jobs are running. So what it does is that these jobs, it will initiate certain software called robots or crawlers or spiders. These are different names given to robots. So this is a software program. What it does is that it goes through different websites. It goes from one website to the other by clicking on the link. So initially it might be having a list of 1,000 or 5,000 websites. which it will start crawling, and from those popular website it will start clicking on the link and go to the next site. So if you look at the diagram here, it's like it will go, one guy will go to one website, and from there you will have different links, and for each of this link it will initiate a separate thread of crawler, and the crawler goes to those websites, and from there it again goes to different websites. It goes on like this until and unless it covers all the connected websites in the world. And what does it do? It will go to the website, understand what are the contents of the website. It will extract a lot of information from the website and send it back to Google servers. So from each crawling activity, it will get information. It will actually get a subset of the complete information that you have in your website. So you'll be having the title, you'll be having the description of about what this website is about. You'll have the text, you'll have the actual text saying that writing down all the contents of the website. Then you have images, and each image will be having a alternate text. So the robots will read the alternate text and understand what the image is about. So all this and all the links in the website, all this information is pulled and stored in Google servers. And when you have large amount of information, just imagine that you have billions of pages. That's huge information. When you have such huge information, it's not possible to go through that data easily. It's like when you have large set of data, you need to have something called indexing. So you might have seen the index in books. So you might be having a book, like say for 500 pages. Any technical book, say you're talking about search engine optimization book by Moss. That's a guide published by Moss. Now, if you go through that book, you'll find it very difficult to, search for certain keywords. So you want to know what is keyword stuffing. So what you do is that you go to the index of the book at the back side and see where all keyword stuffing, that term keyword stuffing is occurring. So in the index it will say keyword stuffing is explained in page number 52, page number 73, page number 84, like that. And once you see those page numbers, you directly go to those pages and understand what is keyword stuffing. So that's what you do with regular indexing in books. So similarly in computer science, you have the same concept wherein you can have a keyword and say that where all this keyword occurred, that is in which all websites, in which all URLs. So against a particular keyword, you will have a huge list of websites. So when a user keys in that keyword, best pediatric pulmonologist in Bangalore. So what has happened is that Google has already indexed these keywords. So that keywords like best pediatric pulmonologist, Bangalore, all would be already indexed, and Google already knows in which all websites these keywords are occurring. So now the next step is that ranking those websites. So here what you saw is there are 26,600 results. So these 26,600 results came as a result of indexing. It is already indexed. Now within these 26,600, you need to show the top ranked websites. So that is the next step, ranking. So this ranking step is done when you key in the keyword. So when you key in the keyword, this best pediatric pulmonologist in Bangalore, what happens at the back end is that Google has already done the crawling, stored all the websites and indexed that. So the ranking would be done on the indexed stored websites. So that's what you're seeing over here. You've got 26,600 results, and out of that, Google has ranked the top 10 over here. Okay. So is that
Yes, sir.
understandable? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yes.
So now we will go to the details of this session, session 2. So we also saw the keyword usage. So what I had explained on keyword usage is that when this search engine optimization is driven by keywords. When I had typed best pediatric pulmonologist in Bangalore, what I wanted is websites which is talking about pediatric doctors who are specializing in pulmonology and who is termed as the best in Bangalore. That's what I wanted. Now when I typed this, what happens is that Google takes these keywords and based on that it will go through the indexed websites and come back with the result. So as an SEO, what you have to make sure is that your website should be having these keywords. Now as an SEO, the first job that you will encounter is you'll have to list down the keywords. You need to understand your audience, and based on your audience, you need to figure out what your audience will be searching for. So if your audience is patients and the parents of patients who are searching in internet for doctors, you need to understand what is the age of the users, what are the tastes, how can you segment these users based on the age, gender, social status, salary, job, all these things. You segmentize the users, and once you have different segments of users, you figure out on what basis are they searching. What are the keywords, what are the probable keywords that they will be using for searching and finding your website. So it has to be worked the reverse direction. So first you figure out the users, the audience, and you figure out the segments of different audience, and within each segment you need to list down what all are the keywords. Now how do you get the keywords? There are different approaches. Uh, you can conduct surveys or interviews with your probable users, customers. You can watch your competition. You will be having competitors, whatever be the field. You watch your competitor and see for which all keywords your competitors have done optimization. So after all this processing, you will be getting a list of keywords. That is the beginning of on-page optimization. So the last class we also saw how to come up with these keywords. We saw how to create a persona of an image of a user, different types of users, and for each user how to come up with a list of keywords. Now the next question is, what do you do with these keywords? Where do you put that? That is the key part in on-page optimization. So the first thing that which is most important is the title tags. The title tags that we see here. I can show it here. Let's go to one of the websites. Now when I hover over here, can you see when I put a mouse over, can you see the title tag coming? It says Dr. K.R. Bharat Kumar Reddy, book appointment online, view fees, feedbacks, Practo. Are you guys able to see that? Okay. So when I hover this, I can see it over here. So this, okay. So this is the same title tag that you get here. This is the title tag that we are seeing. This link that you see, it has been made as a link by Google. It is actually the title tag of this website. So Google has extracted the title tag of the website and has displayed over here. This, what you see, is the title tag. And this description below the link that you see is the meta description. So on title tag you have Dr. K.R. Bharat Kumar Reddy, book appointment online, view fees, etc. And in the meta description you have this Dr. Bharat Kumar Reddy is a pediatrician in Jayanagar, Bangalore, etc. Now, yeah. So the point that we tell in SEO over here is that this title tag is very important. So every web page that you have need to have a title tag. So you need to assign a title tag to every web page, and this title tag should be in line with your keywords. So those keywords that you decided or designed in the first stage by going through your users, performing interviews, surveys, analyzing competitor, all those keywords that you have set up has to be put over here. Whatever comes over here has to be put. So since this page is specific for one particular doctor, that doctor's name has come in the first part of the title tag. And then followed by space, you have book, appointment, online, view fees, etc. You will see that almost all the pages of doctors in Practo will have the same title tag saying book appointment online, because that is the most heavily used keyword for Practo. So people who are, what Practo is targeting is people who want to book appointment for doctors in online, and people who want to view the fees, people who want to view reviews. So those are the things that we are seeing here. So that's the reason they have put title tag in such a way. So you can see the doctor's name, book appointment online, view fees, feedbacks. So they have given all these three important points: book appointment online, view fees, and feedbacks, and the name Practo. Now, is there any restriction? Is there any length restriction? Do you think? Can we have any number of characters for title tag? What do you think? Will Google allow that? Would that be a performance issue for Google if Google allows that? So basically, the title tag typically, it depends on the search engine. For Google, I guess it's around 64 or 65. I think for Yahoo, it's 69. It goes like that. So for different search engines, we have different numbers. But as a thumb rule, you can always say that it should be between 60 to 70. So it should never cross 70. And even if you cross 70, what happens is that the characters which you put outside of 70 will not be considered. It will be concatenated. So the best practice over here is put a title tag which is appropriate to your web page, plus combining your generic keywords, whatever keywords that you have generated. So here you saw it's a doctor's name hyphen you are given the generic keywords that you have generated, and as a condition it should be less than 70 characters. Okay, is that fine? Yeah, it will have some limit, that is 60 to 70. So better that you always restrict within 60. Now this meta description that we see, this part is the meta description. The same for here, pediatric pulmonologist and doctors in Bangalore. These are the meta description. Now meta description doesn't play any particular role in search engine optimization right now. It used to play a role maybe, I would say 8 years back or 9 years back. People used meta description and it put some leverage, but these days we are not seeing any impact of meta description. The sole reason that we give a meta description properly is for users to go through it. So when a search engine result comes in, when a user goes through the result, what the user typically reads is this meta description. So the meta description is not put for search engine robots, but it is put for users. So if you want to capture the user, once you are in the top 10 of the search result, this meta description would help. So meta description is only important for capturing the attention of the user. It cannot be used for doing the actual search engine optimization because it does not have any impact on the ranking algorithm. Okay. So the point I'm saying is that title tag is very important. Title tag needs to have the appropriate keyword, and the character set is 60. There is a limit. It influences the ranking. Now below the title tag you have something called meta description. It is good to have a correct meta description, but even if you put whatever keywords, the meta description does not impact SEO. It only impacts the user who is going through the search results. Okay. So these are the tips given for title tags. You need to be accurate because you have a limited length. So you can have only 60 or 65 characters. So we need to be very accurate. I'm sure that when Practo worked on this, they would be having some 20-30 keywords, because Practo is targeting all the internet users who are trying to search for doctors and book appointment online. So there'll be a lot of keywords. Now they would have put some concentrated effort in making sure that they get those accurate keywords for this particular page. Then optimize length for the results page. Keyword placement is another very important thing. So what we saw here is say book appointment online, view fees, and view reviews. So the order of putting these characters matters. So the reason they have put book appointment online first is because they understood that that is the most searched keyword. So the users Tractor wanted to target are those people who are searching for online appointment booking, book appointment online. So these are the keywords they first targeted. Only then they gave the importance for view fees, and later only they gave the importance for view reviews. So this is the order given, because the order matters. Whatever order you put over here matters, and should be enticing. That is, it should be good looking for the user. It should capture the user's attention. Now the next thing is header tags. Before I go into these details, do you guys have a basic understanding about HTML? Because all these are based on HTML coding. So do you have some idea on how HTML works? Okay, that's good. Yeah, a little bit is required. So it's basically let me go to so the easiest thing is that go to any website, click on view page source. Can you guys see that? So go to any website that you want and click on view page source. You can see the source of the page. This is the source. So the concepts that I am explaining is more over here. See, this is the any web page that you see will start with HTML. That is a root tag, and then it will have a head, script, meta. This is the meta I was saying, meta description. So there are different kinds of meta tags. Here the meta tag is for HTTP EQ. So you can have different types of meta tag. The meta tag I was describing is meta description, wherein you will have meta and name description, something like this. So you have and you have content. So basically the point I was saying is that this description that you saw, there would be a tag where this description is put like this. See? So this is the way a meta tag name description would be put with this content in this website. In this website it will be there. So that's a tag I was talking about. So what I was telling is that the next thing is header. Yeah, go on.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, these are the part of like going to the back of the pages. These are the part of IT and coding. So is this required in learning about the SEO? Like what is the direct connection between SEO and the coding part of the websites?
Okay, yeah, I got it. So basically I think there are two aspects to your question. One is that how well versed the SEO or search engine optimization guy has to be with technical aspects like this HTML coding. Second thing is that how this is connected, right? The changes that you do on the page, how this is connected. So I'll take the second part first. That is, this is well connected. This is very important. So one small mistake that you do over here can kind of topple your rankings. It is very important. Say for example, I can just give one example which you will further understand with further classes. I mean at the end of this class. So you give meta name. This is another meta tag, robots. Just bear with me. I mean just go with the flow. No need to understand what exactly it is. You will understand these things by end of this class. So in content I give no index. See, if you put this meta tag in your website, what it does is that the indexing that I was telling you in the first class, that is crawling, storing, and then that indexing is done, right? That indexing will leave out your page. Your page will not be indexed. If you give this as index, then what will happen is that your page will be indexed. So this one line of code can actually topple your search engine optimization. It is very crucial. So this is what we have to cover in on-page optimization. Do's and don'ts, what you have to do. Is that part clear? It's very important. So each and everything, what I have just taken is one example of meta tag where it is robots. This meta tag is read by the robots, which are the crawlers going through your website. So like that, each tag has got its own importance. Now, when you look at HTML, these are not the only tags. You have the entire coding practice. There are a lot of stuff in HTML. Is it possible for a SEO person to understand HTML coding to that extent? That is not possible. So SEO person is not a guy who is an expert in HTML. You don't have to be an expert in HTML. But you need to be aware of those HTML tags which are crucial for your job. So you will never write HTML code. You will not be the person who delivers HTML code. But you will work with those HTML developers and tell them that for achieving this purpose, you have to give this particular attribute: meta name robots, content, no index, rel, no follow. So these are certain things that you will have to learn. By the end of this class, you will be learning all the required HTML tags that you have to be careful with. So you will end up instructing the HTML designer or developer in putting the appropriate tags. You won't be knowing end-to-end, you need not have end-to-end understanding about HTML coding, but instead you will have to be aware of those crucial and important HTML code which plays a role in search engine optimization. So the whole concept of on-page optimization is to understand which all tags are important. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as I said in the beginning again, a disclaimer, like SEO is always changing. So these tags also will change. So with new HTML versions, there will be newer tags coming. You don't have to go through all these new tags, but you need to go through the Google Webmaster's Guide, which will say which all of these new tags which are coming are influencing SEO in which all ways. So that is the update that you have to do. You don't have to learn HTML end-to-end, but you need to learn SEO and in on-page optimization, which all tags influence in which all ways. That part you'll have to learn. Okay. So by end of this class, I should be able to teach you or tell you all the important tags, which will be a starting point for you, based on which you can do your own research in Google. You can go through the Webmaster guidelines of Google and understand further about these tags. Like any other job, this can only be perfected by practicing it again and again. You'll have to work with a customer. You'll have to do some search engine optimization. You'll take some steps. Some will be successful, some will backfire. Only based on that, and once it backfires, you'll have to do some research on why it backfired. So it takes some time. So this would be only the starting point for you to understand that. Okay. So just don't be confused or overwhelmed by this technical details. We just want to understand that this is the HTML tag and you have something on head, script. I mean, just don't be concerned about these things, but this meta is something that we have to be really worried about. You need to learn what all things comes under meta, and what we saw is that meta description is where you put the description, the meta description, meta name description, and then you also have meta name robots, which is the meta tag your crawling robot of the search engine would look into. So you just need to be careful about that. I'll explain what this no index and all means in detail later. Now, what I was saying is that a header. So you need to have header tags. So header tags in the sense the web page has to be, if you look at any web page, what happens is that you will find a hierarchy. You'll find a main heading, and then under that you'll have a subheading, and then you'll have some text following that, and then you'll have the second main heading. So there's a structure being put. The primary reason of such structure is that it will be very easy for your user to go through the website. It's for the human interface. But along with the human interface, even your crawling robots will find it easier if you have header tags. It is not a big influence, but you can say it has got little influence on the run. Another one is URL structure. This one is very important, very, very important. Just like your title tag, it's very important to have the proper URL structure. Now, in URL structure, what do you do? Let's come back here to one of the favorite search queries, best pediatrician. See, this is the URL. Now the main thing about the URL is that if you look at the URL, it will always be practor.com. In the sense, any sub URL of practor.com will always start with practor.com, because there is a reason to that. Because when you do search engine optimization, you actually accumulate value over a period of time, and the value is accumulated by the URL. So just like in the real world, we have something called brand name. We create brand names, right? You see, Tata is a very, Tata company in India is a big brand. It has been running business for the past more than 100 years, and it's a big brand. Everyone knows about Tata. It's got a lot of trust. That's in the real world. Just like that, in the online world, the trust is not with the brand as such, but with the URL. So here you can see this URL, practor.com, has been a website starting from 2012. So from 2012 it has been doing search engine optimization, and it has been in the field of medical. Now Google knows that. So Google gives lot of value to practor.com. So if you and me tomorrow start a new company competing with practor.com, it won't be easy for us. It will take some time for us, because Google does not understand our new company. But Google understands practor.com, and it gives a equity to practor.com. So now you will see that they will never change this URL. Changing this URL, say to practoindia.com itself, it will backfire, because all the brand name that they have built till now is for practor.com and not for practoindia.com. So this domain name is important. Once you decide on a domain name, you have to stick to the domain, and then you have to give all your subdirectories and URL based on the main URL, practor.com. So they will never have a new URL called practoindia.com and start redirecting all their Indian doctors to that site. They will not do that, because that will backfire their search engine equity that they have built over all this time. So that is the first rule. So whatever URL you decide on day one, try to stick to that. Maybe you try on a URL, you run your company for 6 months, and then you do some pivoting, change your business model. In all those scenarios, maybe you can change your URL also. But if you are successful, if Google is giving you good ranking for your main URL, then don't try changing that. Build all your subdirectories and sub URLs on top of your main URL. Now look at the next thing that they have done. They have given Bangalore, and then they have given doctor. So all these are purposefully given. All these have been given after due thought and discussions and analysis. So they are given like this because they want to make sure that people who are searching for good doctors in Bangalore comes here. Good doctors in Bangalore, pediatrician. So what they have given is that they have given a subdirectory called Bangalore, another subdirectory called doctor, and then the doctor's name, and followed by the doctor's name they have given the specialty, pediatrician. So this is the way they have structured the URL. So that is what we are saying. It is very important. The URL structure is very important, and you have to make use of your keywords. Include keywords in the URL. So for this page, what they have done is, first thing, the title. In the title, they have given book appointment online, view fees, feedback, and then in the URL, they have given Bangalore, doctor, and the doctor's name and pediatrician. So it's balancing act. So when you have listed down all these keywords, you find places where you can fit these keywords. So they have fitted some of the keywords in the title tag and some important keywords in the directory and in the URL. So what you see over here, the Bangalore that you see is a directory. Doctor is a subdirectory. Okay. This is the point I was saying. Develop subdirectories by leveraging the SEO equity of the home page. So you will see that practo.com will never change the main URL because it has become popular. At least in the main cities of India, it has become very popular, and Google knows about that. So it will never change that. Then include keywords in files and subdirectories that we have seen. This is the file name, and the subdirectories are Bangalore and doctor. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all these are kind of thought processes, and it comes as a flow. First, it actually, I would always say that SEO starts as a marketing profession and ends up as a technology stuff. So it's a combination of both marketing and technology. So when I say you start as a marketing, what you do is that you analyze your audience, your users, you segment them, come up with the keywords. All these are marketing jobs. It's not anything. There's nothing to do with technology over here. You come with the keywords. Once you have the keywords, then you understand where to put these keywords. You put something in the title tag. You put something in the URL. Now you need to discuss within your team what will you put in the title tag, what will you put in the URL. The Practo guys have smartly put the term Bangalore and doctor in URL, that is the subdirectories, and not in the title tag. In the title tag they put generic stuff like book appointment, which is generic across all the pages. There'll be doctor pages for Hyderabad, there'll be doctor pages for Mumbai, Bangalore, like that. For that they have given subdirectories. And for title, they've given book appointment online for every doctor. So these are the stuff that they've done. Plus, when it comes to the technical part, they have gone through their HTML code, and the SEO consultant made sure that the appropriate tags are used. He ensured that what has to be put in the title tag, what would be put in the meta description. He told the developers that title tag should not cross 60 or 65. Meta description can be around 200 or 250. So these are the inputs that he would have given to his HTML designers. He was not aware of all the HTML tags, but he was aware of which all HTML tags are influencing SEO and what are the limitations of these SEO tags. So he conveyed all these things to the developers. Now the most important and the final stuff for your on-page optimization, which is the sitemap. What is a sitemap? Have you guys gone through it? There are two sitemaps. One is the HTML sitemap. The other one is XML sitemap. Let me go through. Yes. So you see over here at the end, at the bottom of this page, this is called the HTML sitemap. This is for the human users. So it's nothing but a map where the Practo guys have put down, the map of the entire website of Practo. So they're saying for patients, these are the stuff given by Practo. For doctors, these are the stuff. I can click on one of these and go to that particular site. So again, Practo.com for doctors tab. So they are explaining over here what all facilities they are giving for doctors. And then about Practo, Practo company, about blog, careers, contact us, all this stuff. And then in mobile application, what do they have? then they have a more. So basically this is the HTML sitemap that you're seeing over here. HTML sitemaps tell your users. It doesn't have anything to do with SEO. It only tells the user where you can find what inside tractor.com portal. Now we can take a step back and we need to remind ourselves that the Google or any search engine does something called crawling, and crawling is not done by a human, it is done by a automated software called robots. Now when robots come to your website, we said that robots crawl through every website, goes through the link, clicks on it and goes to the next link and all. But when a robot first hits your website, how will it understand what is there in your website? Because a robot, unlike a human, cannot view the website like a human sees. You need to give the robots a certain set of information. Now this information is given through a publicly accessible file, a text file. It's a simple text file put in the domain, in the root domain. You'll see that. So how do you get that robots.txt? I'll show you that. You take any website and write robots.txt. Can you guys see this? Just take any website and type robots.txt. When I say any website, you should be confident enough of any website which has done some SEO. You know, when someone says that he has done SEO, this particular task is the first thing that he has to do. If there is no robots.txt, it is not SEO enabled. So can you guys see this site? Can you guys see that? Additionally, can you guys go to amazon.in and get its robots.txt and let me know what you see over there. So you have to first go to amazon.in and then over there in the address bar after amazon.in give a slash and then give this robots.txt. Have you tried? So the result. Let me take that.
No, sir. Sir, it's showing the another page for robot text. So we have to write amazon.in / robot.txt text.
Yeah, robots.txt.
Okay.
Just written it here. So you can go to Amazon, Practo, Flipkart, any popular site. So everywhere it will be the same name, robots.txt, and it will be put at the root. So if it is practo.com, it will be practo.com / robots.txt. So here you will find that here you will find that the first entry is user agent and it's given star, which means that all robots. One thing we need to understand here is that search engines are not the only robots in internet. There are a lot of other robots too. There are good robots, there are bad robots. See, all these big companies, not just big companies, when you have a competition, people do a lot of unethical stuff, nasty stuff. You might have heard about this big billion sale by Flipkart, and there are certain things done by its competitors. They will, okay, before going to those details, when you go to any website like IRCTC, you have seen something like CAPTCHA, right? What is that? Have you seen CAPTCHA?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And sir, sometimes it shows to show 404 article not found.
Which one?
That's one, the robot one we was trying. So it's showing that 401 the article not found. I tried for the.
Have you given the same link that I have given?
Yes, sir.
Which is your browser?
I used sir, Yahoo and Google Chrome.
In Google Chrome you have given that.
Yes.
Okay, but there is no security given for any robots.txt. Any robots.txt is publicly available. So you should be able to see that. Here, over here, I can see it for practo.com robots.txt. See, you are able to see the screen, right? Are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How about others? Are you guys able to view the robots.txt of Practo or Amazon.in? Has anyone else tried to get the robots.txt? Yeah, Aditya, yeah. CAPTCHA is used to recognize that page is accessed by human and not from software. Correct. So that's the reason people put CAPTCHA. So what are these robots? What competitors do is that they create automatic software which will have the capability of going through your website and say if it's an e-commerce website, place orders, place orders instead of a human. Place fake orders and make sure that your inventory is out of stock. You can do that. So robots by search engines are not the only robots in internet. It can be any robots, and all those robots, good or bad, can view your robots.txt. The first thing that the robots would do is that it will hit your root domain, that is proctor.com or amazon.in, and then it will, in the root, that is in that slash, it will go for robots.txt. So it will hit this text file. Now what we are putting over here is, we are saying that we are disallowing the robots to take any of these files. It will say disallow star.php star/appointment. So what it does is that it is disallowing certain pages from any robot which will do the crawling over here. So this will make sure that these pages are not shared for the robots and robots cannot access that. And it can also say allow when for a particular user agent Roger bot, it has said that allow, which means that this bot which identifies itself as a Roger bot will be able to go through all the pages, and at the end you will see something called sitemap. This is the next important thing. So robots.txt, the primary aim of robots.txt is to tell these robots which all pages to access and which all pages not to access. It is to control the view of the robots. And then it will also say where you have the sitemap located. Now this is the XML sitemap. Earlier what we saw is the HTML sitemap for the human users. Similar to the HTML sitemap for the human users, we have an XML sitemap for robots. So if you hit this URL, you will be able to see the XML sitemap of Practo, one of the XML sitemap. Practo has put different XML sitemap for different regions. You can have any number of sitemaps. So taking a step back, are you guys able to see this screen, the robots.txt? Tell me who all are able to see the robots.txt of Practo.com? So Aditya, Sufi are able to see, right? How about others?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Able to see.
Okay, fine, great. So from there you can copy the sitemap.xml. So as I said, this sitemap is the XML sitemap, which is for the robots to understand what is the content of the site, content of your site. go over here. So this is the sitemap. Again, this will appear very technical. It's not very complex. Just bear with me. So sitemap index is the root, and under sitemap index you will have individual sitemap. You will say what is the location and what is the last modifier. So every web page that you have will have to be listed here. Generally, you can do it in different ways. One unsecure way is to give your location directly over here under the LOC tag, that is location tag. But Practo, being a more matured website, what they have done is that they have secured it. They have made it under a zip file. So inside the zip file, they have given the actual sitemap. So sitemap is not over here. The sitemap URL is not over here. It is inside this zip file. So if you can hit this URL in your browser, and it will prompt to download this GZ file, which is a zip file, which is a compressed file. So here I have downloaded one of the sitemap, and this is how it looks. I've downloaded this and I've loaded this in the URL over here. See? Yeah. So this is the actual sitemap. Can you guys see that on the right side? So basically what I've done is that to make it viewer friendly, I've copied and put in a XML viewer so that I can show you the structure of the XML. So are you guys able to follow me? Should I repeat that once more? So first I have given the robots.txt over here, practo.com/robots.txt. This page will be publicly available. There is no security for this page. Any robots or any human can come over here. So robots by default come over here, and then it will read the sitemap. It will check where the sitemap is located. So now it says the first sitemap is practo.com/sitemap.xml. So if I give that, I will get something like this, sitemap.xml. Are you guys able to see this? Yeah, Jyoti, tell me. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, I think you're saying you have a doubt. Hello, Jyoti, I think you were saying you're having a doubt. You want to ask that? Yeah, ask me. Hello. I think you can speak. That'll be easier.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Actually, some network issue. That's why I logged in, sir. I have doubt in HTML, sir. Like, if we how we get HTML? Like, if we type any keyword, it's there in Google, and so how we see HTML, sir? I have doubt in that.
Okay, that is view source. That is, you go to any website and you right click. Can you see this? When you right click, there are some options.
Yes.
In that you have
Sir.
view page source. Okay, can you see that?
Sir, I'm saying there you type doctor, there doctor ready, etc. And there how we go there HTML page? Can you say?
I didn't get you exactly. So you're not asking about this view page source?
No, I am asking if we type any keyword in Google, so how we go through this keyword on HTML, how we go through HTML? I have no idea about that.
Okay, so basically what you're asking is that in google.com,
HTML.
yeah, when I type best, when I type a keyword, how will it go through this HTML? Is that the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's what basically we are explaining in the sense how it goes to the HTML is done by the robots, the crawlers. So the crawlers will be going through these websites. So crawlers would have already gone through these websites and extracted information from HTML and stored in a non-HTML way in Google servers. Okay. The exact way of conversion is known by Google, and okay, this conversion is not a complex thing. You'll be able to search for that, how this HTML is converted and stored by Google. And whatever converted and stored, on top of that, Google is conducting the search. Did you get that? And
No, sir.
and the details that I've given, like these parts, you have doubts in these parts also? This one, the meta tag, is that the one?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, my question is that that one I have also again doubt, sir. How we see, like if we type any keyword on Google, so how we see that HTML of that keyword?
Oh, you mean to say this one in this page?
No, no, not in this page. Just sir, suppose you see any example. If you type any keyword on Google, okay. So how we see HTML of that keyword?
No, what do you mean by HTML of that keyword?
Means, sir, how we go through the HTML of that keyword, like whatever keyword we type in Google. So what is the HTML of that keyword? How we go through HTML?
No, we can't. There is nothing called HTML of a keyword. So the point that we were discussing is that the keyword that you're giving, Google takes that keyword and does the search. There is nothing called HTML for a keyword. When it does the search, it will go to the websites, and in these websites it will check the title tag, it will check the meta description, it will check the meta tag, and then based on the information given in these tags it will do the ranking. That's how it works. So the keyword as such does not have any HTML associated to it. Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, sir.
So basically the point that we are emphasizing here is that there is no HTML as such for this keyword as such. Instead, HTML is for your websites. For every website, there will be an HTML code at the backend. Now, as an SEO, it's your job to embed the keywords in the appropriate place. In the title tag, in the URL is outside. In the title tag, meta description, the meta robots, in all these places, appropriately, you'll have to put the keywords. And based on that, Google will go through your websites and get these keywords, and based on it, it will do the ranking. That's how it will work. Okay. So
Okay,
coming
sir.
back,
Okay.
yeah. So what we were discussing now is that how exactly these crawlers will crawl your website, understand the structure of your website, from where it starts. It starts from the robots.txt. Once it hits the robots.txt, it will get all this information. The most crucial one being the sitemap. Now, when you enter this sitemap over here, you will be getting a list of compressed files which will be containing the details of each and every URL of Tracto. So I have taken this first sitemap zip file, the compressed file of sitemap, and I have I got that XML file. So when I open that XML file, this is what I have. So now if I open that in TextPad, it won't appear in a good way. It will be difficult for us to understand. That's the reason I put that in a XML reader online. So for the sake of simplicity, I'll explain it right here. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yeah. So here you can see the details of this URL. Yeah, this is one section. See, under URL set, you will have multiple URLs. So this is one set. Okay. So like this, I'll highlight this particular area. Like this, you will have to list down every web page that you have in your portal which you want your crawler, your search engine crawler to go through. Suppose you have a portal and you have, say, 100 pages in that portal, and you want to make sure that when the crawler, the search engine crawler, when it crawls through the internet, you want to make sure that all these 100 pages have to be crawled and indexed. Then these 100 pages have to be entered in a sitemap. Is that fine? It has to be entered in a sitemap in these tags. Starting with URL, it should say what is the location, what is the URL over here. This is the one of the URL. So Practo.com, being a doctor or medical discovery platform, has got something around 5,000 doctors listed. Each of these doctors have a web page with a URL. So each of these 5,000 URLs have been registered in the sitemap. They might be having some 500 clinics, and each clinic will be having its web page and URL. And each of these URL again would be registered with the sitemap.xml. Is that clear? So the first thing that you'll have to do, I mean, as a SEO marketing guy, you would have done all this keyword analysis, all those stuff. As a technical work, first thing you have to do is that you have to ask your technology team to put up a robots.txt and a sitemap.xml. What this robots.txt will have, it will have the location of the sitemap. And what you have in the sitemap.xml, it will have the URL of every page that you want your search engine to crawl and index. So if you have 100 pages, each 100 URL should be listed down in your sitemap.xml. Is it understood? So just like you have a HTML sitemap wherein you say just like you have a HTML sitemap where you go here, you can see everything at the end like this. This is the HTML sitemap for the user, for the human user. So you can see it at the end for Practo. So just like HTML sitemap, you need to have a sitemap for your robot, which is coming and scanning your website. So this is the sitemap for your robot. You have to say that a URL tag is given under that location, LOC, and there you have registered your page. Like this you will be doing for n number of doctors. If say you are running this Practo.com and you are having 5,000 doctors registered, each doctor having its own URL, each URL will be registered over here. So I can take one of the doctors and hit here. See, so this is one doctor called Rajeshri. I think that doctor works in Mumbai. It's an acupuncturist and in the locality Lokhandwala. Now, like this, there'll be from 5,000, 10,000 doctors, right? So for every doctor, they'll be having a URL. They'll be having a page like this with all the details. So every page like this has to be registered in this sitemap.xml. Is that clear? Any doubts in that? So please let me know if it is clear or I need to go through it again to explain this sitemap stuff. Sophia, Aditya, Amritesh, I think Jyoti has having some network issue. Yeah. So guys, any doubts here in how this what is the role of robots.txt and what is the role of sitemap. Okay, great. Oh, 1 second, I understood it in the wrong way. You want me to repeat it? Yeah, okay. So basically, have you understood the role of robots.txt? Is that fine? Or is it about the details on the tags in the sitemap.xml? Okay, yeah, I got it. So robots.txt is pretty simple. You just have sitemap.xml. Now coming to sitemap.xml, what do you have? In your sitemap.xml, say let's not go behind the sitemap right now. Let's think about the website. Suppose you are you are running a e-commerce portal. One of the e-commerce guys that I've known, say Fresh to Home. That is one e-commerce portal. Let's do this. It's part of one of your assignment. See, this is one website. Can you see this? It might be a little offending for vegetarians, but this is a you can see, right, online portal where you can order fish and chicken or poultry. So they will be having, how many pages do you think this website will be having? It will be anywhere, I would say. I know the catalog of this website. Say they are having some 100 odd varieties of fish and some 5-10 varieties of meat. So definitely they'll be having some 200 web pages. I mean, I'm just giving a wild guess. So some 200 web pages will be there. So they're having a lot of varieties, a lot of different fishes, etc. So each one of these would be a separate page. So if I click on one particular icon on or this page on one particular type of fish, then this is called Indian mackerel. So this is one web page. You can see the URL freshtohome.com/Indian mackerel -ILR.html. So this is one page. Okay. Now that is one page. Let's go back to the home page. Now I am clicking on the second one. So this is another page, squid-kundal.html. So like this, they are having hundreds of pages for every fish, every type of chicken, different type of meat. Maybe they are selling vegetables, everything they have. I can give another example, bigbasket.com. Have you guys, do you guys use bigbasket.com for your online purchase, online grocery?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
For daily monthly budget.
Yeah. So it's very useful. So basically here again, when you come, you have different pages. So I'm going to buy walnut. See this page, you see they have followed the correct URL structure. They've given bigbasket.com. Then they have given this catalog number. As per me, this is not a right approach of giving a catalog number in URL, but that's a different discussion. And then they have given this URL, BB popular walnut kernel accurate 200 gram pouch. So this is one web page. Now if you go to another stuff like cashew, so this again is another page. So it has got its own URL. Okay. So now you guys understood the structure of a portal, right? If you take the example of a e-commerce site, you'll be having different pages. Now you don't do the SEO for your home page alone. You have to do SEO for your entire portal. If it is an e-commerce portal, it will be having 200 pages or 1000 pages or 5000, 10,000 pages. It can be 10,000 pages. Amazon.com has got, if I remember correctly, Amazon.com has got 30 crore products. For each product, they'll be having a web page. So they have 30 crore web pages. They have it. So these 30 crore web pages has to be listed somewhere. That's the point. So coming back to this one, you have this particular page. Now, when I say that you have to do search engine optimization not for your home, not just for your home page, you have to do it for all the pages, what happens is that if say I am searching for walnut, walnut, I would say pack walnut online shopping Bangalore. See whoever comes. Don't go with this first three. As I said, it is not SEO. It is, what is it? It is search engine marketing. You have to pay for this. You see that ad coming. So if you come down, the first result is dryfruitbazaar.com. Fine. The second result is dry fruits and nuts online from Big Basket. So you see, these guys have made sure that all these are listed. Now I can see that walnut over here. See? Are you guys able to understand? I'm not explaining how it is done. I'm trying to explain you what is happening in the
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as a SEO guy, if you are working with Big Basket, what they will tell you is that when you search for dry fruits, our walnut dry fruits should come. When you search for fish, our fish should come. When you search for dal, shopping dal online Bangalore, India, then Big Basket should come. So how do you make sure all these things comes? How do you do that? You can't put everything in your homepage. In your homepage, you cannot say you sell walnut, you sell cashew nut, you sell fish, you sell that. You can give all the details in your homepage, right? So what you have to make sure is that your individual web pages have to be known to Google. This happened because I'm not sure about the walnut part, but at least this particular page, dry fruits and dry fruits online. This particular page is definitely registered in the sitemap.xml of Big Basket, because of which Google was able to reach that. So if I repeat here, I gave this details, packed walnut online shopping Bangalore, and asked Google. Google had done this crawling, indexing and everything. When Google was crawling all the web pages, it had hit the bigbasket.com/robots.txt. From there, it had got the sitemap.xml, and from the sitemap.xml, it had registered this particular page. In the sitemap.xml, this particular URL was the grocery staples dry fruits or the dry fruits. So it was already registered with Google. Got it? So if you connect that example with the sitemap over here, what I'm saying is that every doctor would already be registered here as a URL. See? So in your sitemap.xml, if you are a bigbasket.com, then your walnut, cashew nut, each URL has to be registered here. If it is Practo, we can demonstrate this example with Practo. So this lady's name is Rajeshri, acupuncturist. So let's try with Practo once. I am not going to practo.com and searching. I am searching in google.com. So I am giving this name. Let's see what happens. And I think she worked in Mumbai, right? Here, you can see it has come. Can you guys see that? Dr. Rajeshri, book appointment online. This book appointment online, view fees, feedback, everything is same for all the pages it seems. Is that part clear? So the question here is that how Google's crawler, when it crawled first time, got this data. It got this data because it went to practo.com/robots.txt. From the robots.txt, it got the sitemap.xml, and from the sitemap.xml, it had earlier, as part of crawling and indexing, loaded this site. This particular guy did the job, this particular entry. So now, can you tell me as an SEO, when you attend a a discussion in Practo where you are discussing about enrolling a new doctor, what do you do? So the VP of operations might ask you a question, okay, we need to put a process for enrolling doctors. And the VP of operations would say the main operations person that come up with the tasks which are required for enrolling a new doctor. He will list up all the tasks, and as an SEO, what is your job? You have to tell the HTML developer that whenever a new doctor is enrolled, we need a separate page for that doctor, and that page has to be registered in sitemap.xml. That's your job. Got it? Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, in the same case, if like the big basket is there, so those who are registered in big basket, so we can see there as well in the same HTML and the sitemap.
Registered means that you mean the customers?
Maybe customers, because in there the Mrs. That the particular doctor is she is a like giving offers there, so she is registered a doctor in Practo, in sense of the Practo, okay.
Yeah.
But if in the other websites are there, like Amazon are there, big baskets are there, so how we can come to know this about these things?
So in Amazon, will any user in Google search for an Amazon user? He won't do that, right? I mean, I would not like to know what you have ordered in Amazon or about your user profile in Amazon. What I'm interested is in the products that Amazon sells. So that's the reason Amazon does the search engine optimization for the product page. Okay. The same way Amazon treats products, Practo treats doctors, right? Practo is actually giving you appointment with doctors. So generally a user, what he does is that he will search for doctors. So since he is searching for doctors, Practo makes sure that every doctor has a page, all the description is given, and this page is registered with sitemap.xml and it is SEO compliant. The same way Amazon, what it does, it sells products. For all the products, it will have a catalog page, and these pages have to be registered with sitemap.xml. That's the way it will work. So Practo and Amazon, they are different businesses and they are selling different stuff. So as an SEO, these things would, I mean, when I explain these things, it will be easy for you to understand. Now, say for example, you are working with a new customer who is talking about some new business. The first thing you have to ask is that for your business, what will users search in internet? If say he's talking about a niche Ayurvedic resort and all, and he wants to do SEO for his website. So the first question would be, what would people search? What kind of people do you want to target? Do you want to target people who are searching for holiday resorts, or do you want to target people who are looking for wellness, or people who are complaining of back pain resolution? So these are questions that you'll have to ask. So based on that questions, you'll have to design the website. You'll be part of the design team. You'll be part of the design team where you'll have to say that you'll have to put a separate page for these activities and then register those websites with the sitemap.xml. So it is actually easier when we compare with Amazon and Practo and all. But when we do the real job, it gets more tougher. You need to put this marketing guy's hat and ask a lot of questions. Once you ask questions, you get the answers. Based on that, you define who are the users, what they will search for, what this guy is actually selling, what the user will be looking for, and in which all way you have to design the website, and which all pages have to be registered with sitemap.xml. Okay? Yeah, great. So is that fine? Can we go to the next part? Yeah, good. So in on-page optimization, what all things we covered is that we talked about keyword usage. In the last class itself, we covered that. So I was explaining you have to understand the users and come up with the keywords. Then the title tags and meta description. Title tag is very important. You have to put the keywords over there. Whatever keywords you have designed the first step, you have to put those keywords in title tag. Meta description is not crucial for search engine ranking, but it is important for the users to understand that. Then you have header tags, which is not really important, but as a SEO, you'll be working with HTML designers, and you have to tell them that we need to put header tags. We need to segregate the UI in such a way that it is easily readable both by the user and by the robots. Then we have the URL structure. We saw that working quite correctly for Amazon and Practo, wherein the URL structure you have to give the correct usage of keywords. We saw that for Practo they have used the correct subdirectories called Bangalore, pediatrician, etc. So whatever keywords that they were not able to use in the title, they use some of them in the URL structure and leverage that. And finally, we had this sitemap. So in sitemap, what we understood is that it is very important for us to put a robots.txt so that the crawlers understand where the sitemap is and which all sites, which all pages should be crawled, which all should not be crawled. And inside the sitemap, we have registered the individual web pages of our portal. And these web pages only are being indexed and ranked by search engine. So that's what we have seen. Can we take, do we need a break for 2 minutes? Because off-page optimization also will take some time, maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Okay. So we'll be back by 11:08. Now it is 11:05. We'll just take a couple of minutes break and come back by 11:08. Is that fine? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, are you guys back? Okay, so now let's start with off-page optimization. So till now, we have been confined within our portal, our websites, our pages. We have been telling what are things we have to do within our website so that it gains uh, relevancy. When Google looks at our website for a particular keyword, Google needs to understand that our website, our pages are relevant to the keyword typed in by the user. So when I typed in best pediatrician in Bangalore, Google had gone through millions of websites, and among all these websites, our website has to stand on top and say that we are relevant with respect to pediatrician Bangalore. Or when we look for something called walnut in when we look for some products in Google and ask how can I buy walnut online or cashew nut online, or how can I buy chicken online, then Big Basket and all these websites should come on top saying that we are relevant. We sell walnut in Bangalore and we are relevant. So it's all about telling that our website is relevant. That is on-page optimization. Now, what is the next thing that Google looks into? Relevancy alone is not enough. You need to be popular. Those are two things that Google looks for. Whether you are relevant for the query typed by the user, that's the first one. Whether are you relevant or not. Second thing is that are you popular within that relevancy? So with the on-page optimization, we said that we are relevant. We are in this particular business and we should come on top. Second thing is that Google, the question asked by Google is that how popular you are in that particular field of relevancy. And that is done by off-page optimization. That is done outside of your website. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the technical aspect of your website. It is done outside. Now, how is popularity measured by Google? Aditya is asking, can we do this topic in next class? The thing is, Saita, we have only 3 classes, and this particular thing is very important for your assignment. So for your first assignment, you are being asked to go through one web portal and build on the on-page optimization. That is the most important thing, and you'll have to contribute some aspect to the off-page optimization also. So is it okay if we go till at least 11:30, because we have a time, I think, from 9:30 to 11:30. Is that fine? Okay, great. Yeah, so we will, I'll make sure that by 11:30 we will close off and we cover most of it. Okay. And even if it spills over, you guys can view the recording also. That should be fine. Maybe when you're back in the evening, you can view the recording, maybe even if it spills over 11:30. Is that okay? Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying is that, and this won't be as complex as on-page optimization. I guess you guys got a little overwhelmed by the on-page optimization terminologies, right? That was one of the issue. Maybe you can go through the recording once more, and you guys can reach out to me if you want to have to understand this on-page optimization in more depth. Feel free to reach out to me. I can respond by phone or even by email. That's fine. So this off-page optimization is much easier. When I say easier, it's easier to understand, but it's very difficult to implement. It will take more time than on-page optimization to get results. Okay. Yeah. Now coming to the point, how is popularity measured? So we said that all these web pages go through. All these crawlers go through your websites. It'll take all the websites data, and using algorithms, it will come up with the relevancy. Relevancy, we understood how it comes up. Now there are some 10,000 pages which are relevant. When you type best pediatric specialist in Bangalore, your Google would come up with some 60,000 results, and within the 60,000 results, all 60,000 are relevant. So it has to rank that. Within that 60,000, it has to take the most popular one. How is most popular one determined? One key thing is the linking. how your website is linked to other websites in the web world. That is the key thing. So for example, we are taking the example of Practo again. So your Practo is in the health domain. So if Practo.com has got references from, say, very reputed sites in the medical domain, like WebMD. WebMD is very popular website for medical professionals and for people who are interested in getting the medical advices. So if Practo.com has got some reference from WebMD, it will give credibility. It will give popularity to Practo.com. Also, you might have seen all this news. If you are following e-commerce and the startup space, you will see that there will be a lot of news around this startups, saying that this particular company got funding, they are expanding their business into new territories. Practo has signed up 10,000 doctors in Bangalore, 20,000 doctors in Delhi. Practo is going to Malaysia, Singapore. You see all this news, right? What is the importance of these news? Actually, all these companies push, whenever they do some steps like this, they push the PR mechanism so that the news spreads across internet in different portals. What happens essentially is that with the news coming in different portals, their popularity level goes up. So whenever you go to any portal and see about Practo funding, it will actually give link to Practo.com. So we can test it out right now. Checking Practo funding news. Okay. So in yourstory.com, there is a story. Practo is doing great. It's a little old story, 1 year old story. Let's see whether they have put any links over here. See. Can you guys see here? There's a heading Practo is doing great. All those. It's from yourstory.com. This is considerably popular in internet in India. Yourstory.com. Now here it says 7-year-old healthcare platform Practo. So now when I click on Practo, let's see what it goes. Yeah. So it gives you all the details here. And in some of these places, they have to give the URL of Practo. Maybe they have given the founders. Let's go in detail here. So they have given some tags. That's it. They have not given the they have given the Practo.com link over here. You can you see here? See, this is a Practo homepage. So you can see that in yourstory.com, in one particular section, they have given a profile of the Practo itself. That is for the users, not for the search engine. But here they have given the link of Practo. Now this actually enhances Practo's popularity, because in a credible site like yourstory.com, Practo link is put. Is that part clear? Is that fine? It's a simple thing. It's a simple thing to understand, but how do you do that? It's a very simple thing to understand. That is, in yourstory.com, you have a Practo link. Like that, you'll be having linking for Practo from CNN, IBN, NDTV with different news. Now, if there's a doctor, let's take an example of Dr. Devi Shetty. You might have heard about him. He's a very popular doctor, one of the most famous cardiologists in India. He's done a lot of bypass surgeries, etc. So he's very popular in medical domain. So if Practo can get in their name in Dr. Devi Shetty's blog, that will be awesome. So because Google already has a profile for Dr. Devi Shetty, Google would be knowing that Dr. Devi Shetty is a very prominent cardiologist in India. And if he is writing a blog, suppose if he is writing a blog, and in that blog if he refers to Practo, saying that something like Practo is doing a good job, they are efficiently managing appointment, if he puts something like that, that actually increases the popularity of Practo.com. So that is this linking. So that is how linking works. So if you can get your website linked in a reputed portal, news platform, or in a blog, then your popularity increases. Your popularity will shoot up. How you do that is a very tedious and a complex and not straightforward one. You would have to work with a lot of agencies. You'll have to do some PR work. You have to do a lot of stuff. And that can be done only once you start doing SEO. You have to first do the on-page optimization and then work with a lot of people. That's when you will actually get to know how to do it. There's no straightforward answer to how to achieve that. And this is directly linked to your business. On-page optimization is not linked to your business. You need to do on-page optimization and then start the business. But off-page optimization goes with building business, developing business. As and when you develop business, say for example, if you're talking about Practo signs up a big hospital in Bangalore, say Manipal Hospital. Then as an SEO guy, you might want to pitch in and talk to the business development manager and tell him that, hey, manipalhospital.org is a popular website. Can we get a link from manipalhospital.org because we signed a deal with Manipal? Because we got a testimonial thing from Manipal that Practo is good. So that's how it works. When you're running a business, you'll have to identify your top customers. You have to identify which of your customers are very popular in the online world. Go behind those customers and try to get references. You'll be asking for testimonials. Along with testimonials, you'll have to get backlinks. You'll have to get links from their portal or website to your homepage. That's what you have to do. So it's not a straightforward thing. It's a simple thing to understand, but to do that, it requires a lot of marketing effort. So for link-worthy content, one key point indicated here is that content is the king. So again, let's take the example of Practo. There's a lot of skills and you can find it here. Blog. See, they have written huge blog. They have got huge number of articles in how telemedicine is impacting the lives of patients and doctors in India. And busting the myths, clarifying policy, understanding your Practo profile, data privacy and security. So all these might not be okay. All these might not be directly affecting us. Yeah, this World Cancer Day, ask about cancer. Now in this blog they are talking about cancer. Why should they do that? See, they are in association with HCG. Now HCG is another big name in cancer care in India. So they are linking with HCG and they are writing a blog on what to do on this cancer, issues about cancer, all this stuff. They have hundreds of blogs like this. Why do they write blogs? They don't get any money by writing blogs. They make money by getting users for appointments. They actually don't make any money by writing blog. But I'm sure that they would have paid a considerable amount for people to write blogs. Why do they do that? They do that because by writing blog on medical field, they make sure that Google perceives it as more popular. When you write blogs on a particular field and that blogs become popular, see on the left side you can see the Facebook, LinkedIn share, Google Plus share, everything is there. So you can share it in social network and this can become viral. A lot of people will read it. By getting a lot of users, Google will know that your website is popular. So the primary intention is make your websites popular. To make your website popular, you need linking. Linking has to be done from reputed website. To get link from reputed websites, you have to grow your business. That's the right way of doing it. There is a wrong way of doing it, which I'll explain shortly. So the right way of doing is that you increase your business, talk to people who are much bigger than you, much more reputed than you, and try to link with them. Try to get links from them. Another thing is that you need to have good content. You need to write a lot about your subject. If you are into medical field, you need to write about medicines. If you are into parental engagement, which is the website that I was talking about, parentai.in, which is coming in the assignment, then you need to write about parental engagement. You need to write about what good parenting is, what to do with your kids, how to do the kids' homework, how to make sure your kids are independent. So you have to write a lot of blogs on these articles. That's when your portal would become popular. So I was telling good things and bad things, right? This is the good way of doing these things. Now, when you venture into the market and talk to people, agencies, saying that you want to become popular in Google, one suggestion some people, agencies would give you is that buy the links. They'll tell you, you give me some money. For that money, I'll make sure that your website link would come up in popular websites. They would say popular website, but it's not completely clear on what websites it will come. They'll take money from you. They won't cheat you. For this money, they will give you links. They will make sure that your website is linked in some of the websites, some of the other websites. But one important thing is that Google has got the algorithm to catch that. So when Google understands that a particular website is selling links, Google will blacklist that website, and Google will also rank you down if you are linked to that website. So never ever buy links. If you go back 5 years till 2012, SEO consultants would say that you can go ahead and buy links. There's no problem with that. It's okay. But after 2012, Google started to change its algorithm, and Google is catching people who are selling links and blacklisting them. So it is not advisable to buy links. It is advisable to yeah, Aditya is saying, please repeat. So basically, Aditya, what I'm saying is that first I talked about how to get links, right? First I talked about it is very important to get links from other websites. So in yourstory.com, you have Practor.com. So since yourstory.com is a popular website, since Practor.com comes over here, Practor's Practor's ranking goes up. Now, how do you get this? I talked about a correct way of doing it. Another way is buying the links. So if you approach some agencies, they'll be able to get you links. What will happen is that in some of the popular websites, they will pay money to those websites, and your homepage will come over there. Your homepage URL will come over there. Now, what Google does is that Google has an algorithm which makes sure that when it does this indexing and ranking, it has the ability to understand whether these links are naturally created or whether this so-called popular website guy is selling his space for putting lot of unwanted links which is irrelevant. So there are different algorithms for that to catch these people. So once they catch, yes, buying link is wrong method. You should not do that. You should never do that. Once you do that, you might be able to get some benefits in the initial days. Now what will happen is that you buy link, your URL comes up in some website. Because of that, your popularity increases. Somehow, if Google catches that website, that so-called popular website, and understands that this guy has been selling links, then Google will, in the SEO concept, it will block. When I say block the website, it will make sure that this website index is not entered. Google can do that. Now, once that is done, Google can even go to the links, links links given to other websites, and even blacklist those websites, bring down their ranking. It can happen. That's what I'm saying. If Google catches, you will be in for a rough time. Definitely that particular website which sold link will not be able to live. They will not be able to come back. In your case, since you bought link from them, you might be, your rank would be lowered for some time, and later it will come up. Or if it doesn't come up, you'll have to file an application with Google requesting it for correction. There are separate processes for that. All these details you can find in Google Webmaster Guide, how to resubmit your website if you are being penalized. So in short, buying link is a wrong method. You should not do that. But there is something else you can buy. There is some other interesting part you can buy. That is, you can buy blogs. You can buy bloggers. So you can say, if I am a blogger and blogging about medical field, I can take money from a company like Tractor.com and blog for them. Bloggers take money, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, depending on their popularity and credibility. They take money and write blog. So when they write blog, they will give reference to your website and say that, okay, Tractor.com is a good website where people can book appointments, and it is becoming popular. You can write all those things. So that can be bought. Bloggers can be paid. Paid blogging is legal as of today. It can change tomorrow, I'm not sure. So blogging you can do, you can buy bloggers, you can influence bloggers to write about you. All those things are legal, nothing wrong with that. But buying links is wrong. Google will catch you. Okay, is that fine? Yeah. So there is something called link equity. So this is what I was explained, that popular websites of reputed businesses, all these things, all these URLs will be highly popular and their equity will be higher. So if you have a linking from CNIBN or NDTV in your domain, if you're in education domain, then getting a link from say a company like Pearson. Pearson is a publisher in education domain. It's a pretty popular publisher. So if you have a linking from Pearson, or if you have linking from a educationist blog, say if you get a link from IIT, from a blog of an IIT professor to your education site, then it adds value. So that is a link equity. And the reverse happens when you have a link from a blacklisted site or a suspicious website. And the reverse may happen, it will reduce your popularity. One important point about link building in social networks. So how this works is that you might have seen that people put links in the comment section of social network. Say I put a photo in, say I can just go log into facebook.com. And I can just take one of the I can just take one of the things, and yeah, so yeah, there is some guy talking about happy birthday and all, wishing birthday. So I can, type my URL over here just like that. Say I want to increase the popularity of Tractor.com. I can type .tractor.com. Okay. So now if I type an under, this Tractor.com URL will be there in Facebook.com. Now will I get benefit of this? Is this like Facebook.com is endorsing Tractor.com? Because in my earlier example, what I was saying is that from yourstory.com, you had a link, Tractor.com. So here in the same way, if I put Tractor.com, it will be a link, right? So would I get the link equity from Facebook.com? You won't get it. So there is a tool which all social media users, which is called rel nofollow. This is an attribute that you can put in meta tag. So the earlier meta tag I was talking about, if you put this attribute, no, this particular attribute you'll be putting in href, anchor tag href. You guys know about anchor tag? We just take it. Yeah, anchor tag will appear like this. Your URL will be here, and then you have this rel. So this is how anchor tags would be. Anchor tag is nothing but, you don't have to be overwhelmed by here. You see Tractor.com. Here, can you guys see this? In yourstory.com, you have a reference for Practo.com. It is a clickable link, right? So how this has been embedded is by something called anchor tag. So there is something called anchor tag where you give a href, and over there this Practo.com would be there. Practo.com. This is how that URL would be. If you do a view source, we can see that. It's in a different page because these guys won't expose everything. So this particular section that you see is coming from a different page, and you are not able to view the source of that. So basically what I'm saying is that since it's a clickable link, what you have over there is a href practo.com. Now along with that link, if you give rel equals no follow, what it would do is that this will tell Google that yourstory.com is not endorsing Practo.com. So the link equity should not be given for Practo.com. So that is what these social media guys, the Facebook guys, have implemented. So in Facebook, when you click enter here, this will become a link, but that link will not have, we will be having rel no follow. Since that is put, what ensures is that Google will understand that this link has been typed by some user manually, and Facebook is not endorsing for that. So what some people used to do sometime back, some amateur SEO guys used to do, is that they will unwantedly put these links in social media. They'll go to facebook.com and put their links in the comment section saying that please visit this website for doctor appointment, please visit this website for e-commerce products. They'll do all those things, but Google will not take those into consideration. Is it fine? So you'll have to do, so what you have to make sure is that when a reputed website gives you a link, when a reputed website embeds a link, you have to make sure that this rel no follow is not given. Rel would be by default follow. So when they give a link, ahref, it will be rel follow. So they should not make it no follow. If they make it no follow, what it means is that they are not giving you the link equity. You are not getting enough popularity. And also, if you are having a blog and you are having a comment section for the blog, you need to make sure that inside that comment section you implement this rel no follow, so that if your competitors can come, right? Your competitors can come and in your blog pages comment section they can type that for this particular service visit this website. So you are running you are working with freshtohome.com and you're having a blog. In the blog section, in the comment section, a competitor of Fresh to Home can put their link and click enter. So if that competitor can get the link equity. So to avoid that, you have to give rel no follow. Okay. Yeah. So the don'ts of link building. Don't buy links, which I told earlier. Don't build spammy links. Putting different kinds of names for the same thing. Best pediatrician in Bangalore, best doctor in Bangalore, best child specialist in Bangalore, everything is same, right? Spammy means using different words for the same thing. Should not do that. And one third thing that I did not say is reciprocal links. That is very key. You should not go for reciprocal links. It's like you are running one business, I am running another business. Now we are going hand in hand, and I'm saying that okay, I link for you and you link for me, and we both are average popularity, so it will increase our popularity, right? But Google has an algorithm to understand that. So do not go for reciprocal links too much. To an extent it's fine. When it is real, it is fine. When it is real, it will be in lesser number, right? As I told earlier, Practo might be linking to Manipal Hospital. Manipal Hospital will be having a link to Practo. So that is fine. But when it becomes engineered, when it goes beyond a certain limit, Google will understand that. Google will understand that this particular guy is doing all his reciprocal links and these are not real stuff. So you don't have to worry about the genuine reciprocal links that will be created. You don't create reciprocal links just for getting link equity. That is the point. Okay. So that's all in off-page optimization. There is one more point in off-page optimization, which is the duplicate content, which I'll cover in the next class, because it's not very important for your assignment. For your assignment, what is important is on-page optimization, which is the most important, and off-page optimization to an extent wherein you have to comment about what all has to be done to increase the popularity of the website. Now coming to your assignment, I'll just take a couple of minutes for talking about the assignment. This is parenti.in. So Parenti is a startup working in parental engagement space. That is, they have different products for schools and parents to increase the engagement of parents in educating the children. Now, what they already have presence in around 500 or so schools. That is just the starting. Now, what they want is that they want to make sure that their online presence is very prominent, and parents and teachers and school authorities who search for tools for parental engagement lands up with parenti.in. That this website should come up for parental engagement, for parenting tips, for online school fee payment. So these are the main areas covered by them. You can pay school fees online through their mobile app and website if the schools are registered. So basically their customers are schools, teachers and parents. So schools, teachers and parents who are searching for options of better parental engagement, paying online fees, managing homework. So all this stuff, when they're searching in internet, in Google, Parenti should come in the top 10. Right now they don't come in the top 10, they don't come in the search result because they have not done the SEO. I'm working with them. So this assignment is for you guys to try it out in real time. You guys can come up with in the basic level. First thing, you can come up with the keywords. In the assignment details, I have already told teachers, parents and school authorities are the main users. You can ask questions on segmenting the users. Further, you yourself can assume a segment and come up with a list of keywords, and then tell us what all web pages should be put in Parenti. In Amazon.com, in Practo.com, we already saw the web pages. We knew that in Practo, the web pages are for the doctors. Individual pages are there for doctors. In Amazon, we saw that individual pages are there for the products. Like that, how should we have web pages? How should we structure this Parenti website? Which all pages should be there? How many pages should be there? What should we put in those pages? What should be the title tag? What should be the URL? And these are the things that you have to come up with. And then in the off-page optimization side, you'll have to say what kind of people that Parenti has to work with, which are the different bloggers that Parenti can work with, which all are the reputed sites from which Parenti should be getting the linking. You don't have to explain on how to get the link. That is a different thing that takes time and it's a tedious process. But at least you can list down that these websites are prominent in the education domain and we need to get links from those sites. You can say that these bloggers are very popular among parents, among teachers, among educationists, and Parenti has to link with those bloggers. These are the off-page optimization tasks that you have to do. Okay, is that fine? All set for assignment? Okay, so I'll just repeat that. So basically, yeah, so it's a parental engagement site. So you need to identify the customers and you need to come up with the keywords. And based on the keywords, you'll have to identify the number of web pages. And in each page, what do you do? Okay, great. Okay, so that's it for now. Good luck, guys. You can come back. You can ask me questions. You can even call me. You can ask Ashish about my number. That's fine. You can call me today to discuss the assignment. And in the weekdays also, you can shoot me email. I'll share my email ID right now so that it can be easy for you guys. My email ID is saneeshg@gmail.com. Please record this email ID and maybe I'll share my mobile number also. 678. So I'm giving all these details so that time is very less. So start on the assignment today and submit it by before the next class, so that in the next class we will be discussing about this assignment, plus we will be discussing more case studies and do's and don'ts in SEO, and we'll have a recap of on-page and off-page optimization. Okay, so that's it guys. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you Aditya. I think we're the only one left. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.